Hey, YouTube viewer, this is your chosen or you are chosen, hey, whichever you prefer, right? So, guys, is it me or has this been the longest election ever this year? I mean, has it always been this way? Because I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I ended up going to bed. I woke up in the morning, I got on my phone, and that's when I found out who the president was. Okay, so anyway, I want to say something really quickly before I start this video of my political opinion. And I do thank the listener. I do also thank the viewer, because it takes a really it does take a strong person to take the time to listen to another person's opinion, even if you don't agree. So I do thank you for taking the time to watch my video, and I appreciate it. And if you can leave a comment and subscribe, that will help me tremendously, and I don't have a problem doing the same, by the way, either. So anyway, moving on, I digress. I want to talk about just a little bit of this election here. Now, a lot of people voted for Kamala Harris for a few things. One, she's a woman. Another, they say she's brown. They voted for her black vote. Another, because she's a Democrat. Can I just say that's not enough? In my opinion, it's not enough. That can't change anything. That the problems that this country has. Okay, those are not policies in place. Those are just the physical aspects of a vote. I know though those do count too when it comes to voting. It just seems all too familiar. And I say that because a lot of people voted for Barack Obama, for the same thing, because he was brown. So he got most of the black vote because of that. And he put policies in place that changed this country. It wasn't good. Okay. It made things worse. It didn't help the lower class the way that they thought it would. So a lot of people, they vote for Democrat because they think they're for the bottom. And the truth is, sometimes Democrats, they're especially if they have money, they're about money. They're not for us either. The working class, the middle class, the lower class, they're not for us either. So I do like Trump, because Trump has set policies in place before when he was president. He actually was trying to lower taxes on those who are entrepreneurs. And if you don't know what an entrepreneur is, those who have who are just they have their own business, so to speak. They ran their own time. They didn't really have a boss, so to speak. So a lot of times when you are an entrepreneur, when it comes down to taxes, you have to take out your own taxes. It's not being taken out from you. And sometimes that's a lot, because depending on your career, you may not be making that much, but you still got to take a certain percentage out. Even if you're saying, let's just say hypothetically, you're making $100 a week. You still got to take a percentage out of your own check, and that's nothing. So he was really for people who were trying to be their own boss. And I really like that about him, because he understands business. He understands work ethics, and that's really important when it comes down to placing policies in place, because it creates more jobs, more opportunities for schooling or jobs, or things like that. So these are all important things, in my opinion, when it comes down to wanting to get a vote. Okay, I have no problem with immigration. But the issue that I have is not with immigrants. And I want to say this: shame on those who voted for Kamala Harris, knowing that you were promised acre and a mule, and you ain't get that. You know who got that? The immigrants. They got their land. They got their house. They got their food stamps of over $300 a month. Okay? They got their clothes, cell phones. And it's like, what promises were made to them while coming here? That they would get, what I mean is, nothing is here for free. So when this is given to them, what are they promised to do for those things? See, how can this country take in immigrants, and there's people in this country that still, who've been living here long, still haven't gotten their reparations, still haven't gotten anything? How is it that we are giving to other people when we can't even help ourselves? So it comes down to this revolving door here. What policies could be set in place where it doesn't only help the Democrat Party or the Republican? It helps both. So what I like Trump is that he tried. People say that he's not for, but that he's just for the middle class, working class, and rich. I don't think so. I believe that Trump is for he can be grounded if he understood the placement of why systems are set up for people who are on welfare, who have to collect Social Security. And I think Trump does understand that. He's a guy that is in business. He has to. He's a guy that he works with finances. He has to understand these things. And I think that he would be a great candidate to continue to try to help this country, because we need it. We don't need a Democrat that's going to come here and take the money and give the money to outsiders when she's kind of an outsider herself. She's not brown. She's not for you. So shame on you if you voted for her and you ain't get your acre or mule, but you allowed her people and her family and her family's family to reap the benefit off of that, off of your hard work. No. It's not a problem of this country isn't ready for a woman president. That's not the issue. I just would not rather her be a woman and be president. Not her. Just not her. Okay. Moving on from that, I have not heard any other president. I have not heard from anybody that said any other president helped them get a job, help them with employment, help them with finances. But Trump has had that. He has had people stand up and has had people vouch. And we're not just talking about Caucasian people. We're talking about brown people too. Native American people here that have told you, he has helped me get employment. He has helped me with my student loans. I have not heard that from any other president. Have you? Have you heard that from George W. Bush or even Biden? To me, Biden is just existing. I don't know what he has done that changed this country, but he's just someone that every once in a while pops up, hey, how you doing? And then leaves. You know, he's like I look at Joe Biden as an inspector. He comes, shows himself, speaks, say whatever. I don't know what it has to do with anything. And then he gone, and then you see him within, a month or so, and he's back talking again, and it's just like, okay. So it kind of feels like we're existing, and there isn't any change. We're just We're just moving and hustling and bustling in this world. You know, the most important thing that we need to understand is that this country cannot change if we're not trying to change within it. You know, it's like saying, I'm homeless, but I'm going to help someone get a home. This is how I view it anyway. You got to fix what's already broken. And this system is broken. And when you have other presidencies that came in here, and I mean, they messed it up years and years. See, the thing is not, border control is not the issue. The issue is a lot of these policies that we want to take place, it takes years before they get the stamp of approval, before it can even change. It could be a year. It can take years. We can say, hey, we're going to make it legal now for immigrants to come here. But all of that stuff, it takes years before any action can be done. One person can't clear out years of clutter. Impossible. He's tried, but it's going to take us too, as the people, to do the work and help as well. You know, what's so crazy is a lot of people were trying to vote for Kamala and not Trump because they were worried about their Social Security being taken away. I don't think that that's something that can happen. I think what can happen is they're going to make it harder for you to get it, which is already hard for you to get Social Security. You know, you got to be almost mentally insane in order for you to get it. You got to have like almost a deadly disease, so to speak, HIV or AIDS, in order for you to get it. You know, they make it so hard that even if you tried your first attempt, you're not going to get it. You have to get a lawyer. And they do that on purpose. And I think what it is a lot of people, they could be on it, but because they're so tired of fighting for it, they just don't. So they work so hard, and they work so that they can get pension, so they can get their retirement, you know, make enough so they can get their retirement money. Because some of them, they do dig into their pension, and then, you know, you got to work hard again to put that money back in that you took out. So sometimes it happens like that because life and bills accumulate, and that's life. But what can we do to where it's not so hard on a working person, where the working person eventually can benefit and relax off of their earnings of working over 30 plus years? Most of these people, they die before they see their pensions, before they see their retirement. That's not ideal. The whole part of working and getting a pension and having a retirement fund is so that you can enjoy it when years come, when you have years down the line of working, you have enough accumulated that you can enjoy your funds later on in life to relax. But when bills, and it becomes such a worry for the working class citizens. See, people who are not working, they fear that their government assisting program, and let me say this again. When you are on government assistance, understand it is assisting you. You don't get the amount of money that's going to cover you for the whole month, because they're expecting you. It's expected that whatever you have, it's going to cover you for that section of time. Remember, public assistance is assisting you. It's not helping you completely. So you never get your full benefit amount for the month. It's assisting you so that you can get a job and work. Sometimes you can still work and get assistance if you're not doing a lot of hours. Because sometimes, let's let's be honest, it's not enough for what they give you. They give you half of the month. And that's the truth. They give you enough that is going to assist you for that month. But majority of people are on it for a lifetime. And it isn't a lifetime situation. So what I like with Trump is more jobs need to be in set. More programs for jobs need to be sent out. So more people can have opportunities to work and earn money so that they can save up later on in life. Because ideally, being on Social Security, that's not enough either. You know? I respect and have a great deal of respect for those who are on Social Security who have worked their whole lives. We're talking about down to electricians, construction workers. Excuse me. The list goes on. Whatever job that you could think of and you work hard for years, yeah, you deserve your Social Security disability. Especially if you're old enough. I agree to that. I don't agree to those that get it and they know that they can work, but they limit themselves. So they accept Social Security for income. Some of them don't have I've done seen people in Social Security offices and they have tattoos on their neck and they getting Social Security disability. Now I don't know what their disability is because you can't see a disability through the through physical appearances. But when I see that, it's kind of shocking. Because it's like, you have money for tattoos? Is that what the Social Security disability is going to? Tattoos? It's just crazy. I think that a lot of people are getting over. Some of them can work, but if they feel that they can get Social Security disability, hey, why not? That's how they think. But I do think that they should change. They should change certain policies within that system. They should change within that system how Social Security is given. I'm not saying make it so hard, but really do background checks on those people. You know, because that's crazy. I mean, I'm talking about fresh neck tattoos, name brand sneakers, all of that stuff. You know, you'll be like, you know, I don't believe it. But in the time that we're living in, believe it. So I'm so glad that, and I'm going to say this really quickly. Congratulations, Donald Trump, for trying to make America great again. And I really do hope that that is what you are going to do. And time again, you have shown us, Mr. President, of what you want to happen within this country. No BS. And it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but we all need to rotate, because the world, this is how the world is. It goes around. It's a rotation of us. And we have to have an equal exchange as to what helps the middle class, working class, to the poor. It can't just be what's going to help the bottom and the working class is working to help the bottom. So the working class are just working hard for them. You get what I'm trying to say, people? It has to be, we have to have a mutual a policy that benefits, where everybody could benefit off of, not just one particular party. So that's just my opinion, guys, and I thank you for listening to me and my little ranting. Take care, my chosen ones. Good night.